Whoa, whoa, whoa. What was that? What on earth is going on here? I have no idea. Hello again everyone and welcome back. Now I've got a bit of a swollen throat today, so if I sound annoying to you, that's because I am, but there's not much I can do about it. So Solomon Grundy is a new character that I've chosen, and as before, these training dojos are to show how I go about learning a character. So I'll just go into training mode and start looking at his special moves. I have fought against people who played Solomon Grundy before, so I've got a basic grasp of some of his special moves. Swamp hands and stuff like that. This particular walking corpse here, if you meter burn it, they stay on the floor for absolutely ages, and I don't think it's a techable roll one that you can do. So I'm feeling there's some sort of setup here. So I try dashing forward and doing another one, and he still hasn't got up in time. So I do my grave rot and then try and doing it, and it seemingly was a bit time right, but they may have been able to escape by jumping. So I keep that in mind basically. And so now I'm checking out this grave rot damage. It seems to do reasonable. The EX does 2, which is pretty nice. Something I did realise after this fact is that any damage being done on here, since it's not actually comboing, it will actually tick over to the next hits you do. So as you can see, that did 25% damage, which is not right, so I had to double check that, but it only does 10, but the grave rot goes on to the next combo finisher thing that you do. So that seems quite reasonable for an EX move. %, for one EX. It's probably bad in the end, but reasonable to start with. So Swamp Hands, that's his only ranged move, and I'm just checking that comboed 5 hits. Let me just do the combo again. 4 hits. So yes, it did. So I'm checking that it can combo from full screen, because it seemingly can, which is amazing. And you have to press the meter burn quite quickly, it seems. So I'm missing that a couple of times. And that one didn't combo, but he's got a really floaty jump that taught me, so I'm not going to jump, I'm just going to dash up like mad, and hopefully I can get to him in time. 5 hit combo hopefully. Yes, so from maximum screen, if you just dash up like mad, you can still get into a combo, which is amazing. To the grave, that's his anti-air grab. I've already seen that. That's pretty decent as an anti-air, I find. So I'm going to be using that in my fights. So now I just go about checking each and every one of these target combos to check whether they're special cancelable, whether they've got any cool properties like low high mix up, or whether they're going to juggle them into the air and stuff. And then I go periodically down, deselecting the ones I didn't think were that good and keeping the ones that I thought were actually quite good on top. So as you can see, I'm testing out a small little combo in the corner, and for that little combo, 22%, that's not very good, is it? But still, not too bad. So this move is pretty cool. This move is Death to All. I really like this move. This is a great move that I found. It's always there, anyone else can find it, but it links into all your specials apart from EX Swamp Hands, which is unfortunate, but it links into a lot of other stuff, and it also links into your trait, which is amazing. So that's got really good potential. It starts on a low hit as well, so that's got good potential, that has. As I said, links into your Swamp Hands but not your EX one, which is unfortunate but not a big deal. Linking into your trait is pretty good. So Swamp Hands there, snares them. EX cleaver thing, that bounces them, and then you can do a throwback, which is pretty cool. So as you can see, I'm using a lot of EX, but I'm getting good damage, and then it's about optimizing it. 40% for that, with just 1 EX. Okay, double EX. 3 EX, so 3 EX but 49% damage. Now notice I haven't got any grave rot on and I haven't got my trait on. Let's do it again. I'll put the miasma on this time, see if I can get any more damage. 35%, that's not too bad, only use 1 EX. Now the first thing I figured out is that you can actually perform your grave rot after you've done an EX Swamp Hands and still combo, so that's a big thing in my books. I can do a miasma thing, I like to call it a miasma, and then you can still combo, which is really good. So 3 EX, 51% damage without any trait, because obviously trait can give you extra damage on all your moves. So here's the trait, So I'm going to start sticking it on now, because this is what you want to aim for as soon as possible in a match, is try and get into that. The obvious one is to do more damage with your attacks. So now I'm doing the same combo again, but with this trait activated. So all my attacks do more damage, and I got 62%. For 3 meter though is not the best, but 63% is pretty cool. So your death to all, forward 1-3, is a very good target combo. It starts low, so it might catch them out. And you can combo into your trait, which is a very, very important thing indeed. This is going to be one of the main ways I'm probably going to get into my trait, because it's a bit safer. So because I can cancel into my trait, if I do a target combo into Swamp Hands, I've got time to do a Miasma, EX version in that case, and then do forward 1-3 into my trait. And I chose to do the damage one, again, even though I already had it, because although it does less damage, it's a longer animation. So because I put the Miasma on, it actually does more damage, you see. Because the health one is a more damage raw, but if you've got the Miasma, the damage trait is better because it has a longer animation. So you can also do a wall bounce. I'm trying to find interesting ways of doing combos, because that's 1EX 50%, which is really nice. This is with the trait on though. But also I want to check whether you can actually go into your trait, because it seems like you can, and you can. So that's a really big cool thing. So there's various ways, mostly off of Swamp Hands, that you can combo into your trait, which is really nice, because that does tons of damage. Now the main thing I'm worried about is that there's no reason to do anything else. I'm getting like, what am I getting here? I'm getting 58% damage, which was really nice. Had no Miasma on there, so I did the health one, because that does more raw damage than the other one. Because that's going to be my main gameplay at the minute, is going into my trait and getting massive damage like that. I'm looking for high and lows to sort of get access to my Swamp Hands. Overheads, I need some overhead mix-up along with my lows, so I can go into Swamp Hands from that, which is nice. Now about that sort of move, that stuns them, and they can't move for a while, but they can block. So if you do that, you can go straight into your trait and they can't stop it, but if you punch them, they can stop it. Although you can cancel into your Swamp Hands, which is okay. Forward 1-3 trait, the damage one, because it's a longer animation. As you can see, he just walked about, so you get, what was that, 50%? That's pretty good. Okay, that's a low attack again, wall bounce into trait. So I'm trying to find the main ways to get into your trait, and there seems like a lot of ways, and as you can see, the damage is just going crazy. So it's going to be quite easy, I think. I got the feeling he's going to be a really top tier character. We'll see. So still practicing these trait things. I've got the damage trait on. You don't get to do any Miasma if you wall bounce them, so I do the health one first. Now it's up to you whether you want to do the health one or go back for the damage one and keep the damage on. So this is a low attack again. It's quite a slow one. I think forward 1-3 is probably better. But you can still go into the hands. You won't have time to do the Miasma though. So, the Grave Rot, sorry. But you'll have time to do a wall bounce. 41% again. So, I don't know what to call it. His cleaver move is an overhead move, which is nice. His EX version makes you bounce. So, if you get him with one of those, you can actually go into your Swamp Hands by doing this type setup. So, that's really good. You can get him into a snare from a juggle state, which is really nice, which means I can go into my trait setup, wall bounce, trait, and the trait setup does tons of damage if you've already done it once, and if you haven't, then it gets your trait going, so you're more powerful throughout the rest of the match. So I'm just testing out the overhead. I think I've been practicing it for a while. I managed to get the Grave Rot there. It was only a normal version, and go into my trait again. As you can see, a lot of other things don't become necessary in combos, but they still have armor and stuff, so it's really good to use special moves when you're not in a combo to get into a combo and such. So how much damage is this going to do? I think I did an EX Grave Rot, so it should like do 52%, that's not too bad. Although I didn't do the damage when I did the health trait. So, yeah, I'm ready to go online with him. I think already. He seems like a very quite good character, so we'll see if other characters cause me a lot of trouble. I'll put them up soon. I've just had some matches and they're really good. So hopefully my voice will be a little bit better by then. Thank you for watching.